Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Sunday, April 9, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money, and if you are interested in props and parlay picks, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link to our Patreon and to our new channel in the description and comments section below. Houston Astros vs Minnesota Twins. The Twins stopped a two-game skid by defeating the 2022 world champion Astros 3-2 in extra innings in their home opener on Friday. Starting pitcher Sonny Gray struck out 13 Astros batters and allowed just one run in 7 innings of work. Reliever Jorge Lopez picked up the win after third baseman Kyle Farmer delivered the game-winning hit in the bottom of the 10th. The Twins took advantage of 2 wild pitches by Astros reliever Stanek that set up the eventual game-winning hit. Third baseman Jose Miranda went 2-3 with an RBI, and DH Byron Buxton got 2 hits and scored a run from the leadoff spot. Houston swept both series with the Twins during the 2022 season, winning 6 straight games. The Astros played well at Target Field, winning 3 in a row and scoring 22 total runs. They shut out Houston twice and won by an average of 6 runs. The Astros did lose in the Twins' home opener on Friday, but the game was very close throughout and it was decided by 1 run in 10 innings. The Astros have covered 5 of their 7 games against the spread this season so far. Brown pitched very well away from his home stadium in 2022, going 1-0 with a 1.80 ERA and a 1.30 WHIP in 3 games and 1 start. Maile did struggle at home at times last season, compiling a 4.78 ERA there. Houston played well on the road to start the season last year, going 9-6. Most signs point to a Houston victory with Brown on the mound. Our team pick is to take Houston on the road. Houston struggled to hit out of the gate in 2022, compiling a .215 batting average in April of last year. The Twins struggled with the bat in April last season as well, hitting just .227 with 23 home runs and a .312 OBP. They have had a similar start this season, ranking 22nd overall in average, .230, and 20th in average runs per game, 4.00. The Twins have gone under the point total or pushed in each of their last 3 games, and either they or their opponent have scored 2 runs or less in 4 straight. Minnesota averaged 3.44 runs in the first month of 2022 and needed some time to get to their eventual 4.36 runs per game average for the year. They scored 2 runs in 2 of the first 3 games of 2023. Twins pitchers have allowed 1 or 0 runs in all 7 starts this season, posting a 1.12 ERA in 40 1/3 innings. Brown pitched excellent on the road in limited action during the 2022 season. Most signs point to a lower scoring affair on Sunday. Take the under. St. Louis Cardinals vs Milwaukee Brewers. Milwaukee will face the Cardinals on Saturday night in the second game of a 3-game series. The Brewers have won 6 games in a row after their opening day loss to the Chicago Cubs and sit atop the NL Central by 1 game over the Pittsburgh Pirates. Milwaukee won the first game of the series, 4-0, on Friday. Brandon Woodruff, 1-0, picked up the win after firing 5.1 innings of shutout baseball, striking out 4 Cardinals along the way. Shortstop Willie Adames went 2-for-4 with a home run and 2 runs scored. Milwaukee had 9 hits as a team. The Brewers' hot offense was cooled off in a shutout loss on Saturday night. Milwaukee and St. Louis have both started the year on fire offensively. It's going to take a strong pitching performance to slow either of them down on Sunday. Freddie Peralta has a big enough sample size against St. Louis to indicate that he cannot be trusted against the Cardinals. Peralta is just 2-4 with a 6.59 ERA and 12 career appearances against St. Louis. Jake Woodford, on the other hand, is 1-0 with a 3.00 ERA and 7 career appearances against Milwaukee. I like that the Cardinals are hitting the ball from top to bottom throughout their order, and I expect them to have more success against Peralta on Sunday. I think there's enough juice here to take St. Louis as an underdog. Even though I give the edge to St. Louis because of the success they've had against Peralta, I think Sunday's pitching matchup is going to be a good one, especially since it's an afternoon game. Woodford has a career ERA of 3.06 during day games, compared to 4.38 at night. Peralta has a career ERA of 3.30 during day games, compared to 4.06 at night. At just 26 years old, I think Woodford has a chance to be great in this league for a long time, and this should be an important season for him as he settles into a starting role more comfortably. Offensively, the Cardinals lead all of baseball in hits, but it's not translating to as many runs as it should. That's because they aren't producing a lot of extra base hits, and they rank in the bottom half of the majors in walks and stolen bases. I'm siding with under 8.5 runs in the Sunday matinee. Texas Rangers vs Chicago Cubs. The Cubs have taken the first two games from the Rangers after Saturday's 10-3 victory. Justin Steele, 1-0, went 6 innings, allowing just 4 hits and 1 run, even though he walked 4 batters. Chicago pounded out 14 hits on Saturday and have posted double-digit run totals in 2 of their last 3 games. 5 Cubs had multiple hits, including right fielder Patrick Wisdom, who was 2-for-4 with 2 runs scored. Wisdom belted his 3rd home run of the season in the 4th inning. Catcher Yan Gomez also went deep for the first time this year, and first baseman Trey Mancini had 3 hits on the day. Left fielder Ian Happ drove in 3 runs. The Cubs are looking good at home, and their offense has been clicking lately. I'm taking Chicago to finish off the sweep of the visiting Rangers. The big names for the Rangers have not been producing yet this season. Marcus Semien is hitting just .206 to begin the year, and Corey Seager was cold until he went 2-for-4 on Saturday. Meanwhile, for the Cubs, Dansby Swanson is batting .429, Ian Happ is batting .375, and Patrick Wisdom is batting .348 in the middle of the order. I think the starting pitching matchup is about even, but I trust Chicago's offense right now, as they rank in the top half of many statistical categories, while the Rangers are still trying to find their groove. And after Saturday's debacle in the field where Texas committed 5 errors, I'm definitely giving Chicago the edge there, too. I'll take the Cubbies. I'm siding with the over. Based on the numbers, I'm not expecting these starting pitchers to have a lot of success on Sunday. Jamison Taillon has a 5.94 ERA in 3 career starts against the Texas Rangers, while John Gray has a 5.00 ERA in 3 career starts against the Cubs. Both pitchers are under .500 in their career during the month of April. Offensively, the Rangers and Cubs are both ranked inside the top 10 in terms of runs scored per game and batting average. Hitting has been contagious up and down Chicago's lineup so far this season. They're hitting for power and average, while Texas is certainly capable of putting crooked numbers on the board. Give me the over 8.5 runs. Washington Nationals vs Colorado Rockies. The Nationals are expected to be at the bottom of the standings, and their poor start is no surprise. They are stumbling, winning just 3 games on the young season. The Rockies have been competitive. They won 2 of 4 against the Padres and are always dangerous at Coors Field. Furthermore, Nats starter Chad Kuhl has struggled against the Rockies in his career, posting a poor 4.64 ERA and a 1.40 WHIP in 21.1 innings. He gave up 4 runs in 5 innings against the Rays in his opening start. Kuhl was a member of the Rockies last season and had difficulty at Coors Field, recording a 5.18 ERA in his 74.2 career innings pitched in the Hitter's Park. Although both pitchers have high career ERAs along with poor performances to start the season, I believe that the total of 11.5 runs are a bit too high to bet on the over. Considering the first game of the season resulted in a 1-0 affair, I have faith the run production will be less than 12 runs. While the two teams scored 15 runs total in their last contest, I don't expect 3 different players to get 3 hits on Washington, for example. Both teams are averaging less than 4 runs of offense per game and less than 6 runs against per game. The Nationals have hit the under in 7 of their last 11 road games, and Colorado has hit the under in 6 of their last 7 games against NL East opponents. Take the under 11.5 runs. Kansas City Royals vs San Francisco Giants. Anthony DeSclafani will get the ball for the final game of this series with the Royals. He put up 6 scoreless innings on Monday in his season debut against the White Sox. DeSclafani limited Chicago's strong lineup to just 3 hits over 6 shutout frames. He finished with 4 strikeouts and did not walk a batter. It was an impressive outing to open the regular season for the 32-year-old righty, who had his career rejuvenated when he went to the Giants. He gave up just one extra base hit on a double to Yon Moncada, and he hammered the strike zone while limiting hard contact throughout his 6 innings. Though he enters the season with a rotation spot, DeSclafani was eased into workouts during spring training after he previously underwent ankle surgery last summer, and he didn't work more than 4 innings in any of his Cactus League outings. The 6-inning effort was promising, but expect the leash to be short in this game as he works his way fully back into the mix. San Francisco is off to a good start at the plate, averaging more than 6 runs per game through the first week and a half of the season. The Royals will turn to left-hander Chris Bubic for the final game of this road series with the Giants. He pitched 6 innings of 2-run ball last Tuesday in a loss to the Blue Jays, and it was a promising sight for Royals fans after he was routinely hit hard last season. Kansas City's offense has not caught up to speed yet, and they will continue to struggle with run generation as they did last year. Through 9 games, they are averaging less than 2.50 runs per game. Although he will probably not be allowed to throw 6 innings, DeSclafani will muster through 4 or 5 quality frames against a mediocre offense. Take the Giants to come through with a win in the final game of this series. Anthony DeSclafani will get the ball for the final game of this series with the Royals. He put up 6 scoreless innings on Monday in his season debut against the White Sox. Though he enters the season with a rotation spot, DeSclafani was eased into workouts during spring training after he previously underwent ankle surgery. Look for them to ease him into the year a bit more gracefully after he went 6 last week. The Giants' bullpen is good enough to carry them for the remainder of the game if the Giants decide to relax his pitch count in this game. The total number has gone under in 6 of San Francisco's last 9 games against the Royals. Take the under with confidence. Toronto Blue Jays vs Los Angeles Angels. Reed Detmers has been doing pretty well when looking at his percentile rankings on his baseball saving page, as he is in the 81st percentile in strikeout percentage, 68th percentile in barrel percentage, 68th percentile in SBA, and 63rd percentile in ZERA. Detmers has 5 different pitches: fastball, slider, curveball, changeup, sinker, and his slider has been hit a little bit as hitters went 3-for-9 with 2 extra base hits and 4 strikeouts. He faced the Blue Jays once last season and won by throwing 5.1 shutout innings and gave up 4 hits with 3 walks and 5 strikeouts. When looking at the batting average of balls in play this season, there is a massive difference as Toronto is 3rd in baseball with a .348 team BABIP, while Los Angeles is all the way down at 27th with a .259 team BABIP thus far. Reed Detmers has shown the ability to dominate this Blue Jays lineup, while Kikuchi in his first start of the season struggled as he pitched into a lot of luck according to the expected numbers. All in all, go with the Toronto Blue Jays to win this game during a West Coast trip. Our team pick is Toronto Blue Jays. Avoiding hitting into double plays are critical in terms of putting up runs, as 2 outs with 1 swing is not ideal for the team in the batter's box. Toronto is tied for the 5th lowest with 4 total double plays thus far, while Los Angeles is right behind them as they have hit 5 double plays in the early part of the year. Reed Detmers and Yusei Kikuchi do not have dominant stuff that should overpower very talented hitters such as Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and George Springer, to name a few. The over has hit in 12 of the last 17 games against one another, so go with over 9.5 runs in this game as well. San Diego Padres vs Atlanta Braves. I have to back the Braves here, coming off of back-to-back losses. Dylan Dodd was sharp in his big league debut, and the Padres bats haven't seen him before. But even if Dodd struggles, the Braves have the bats to back him up. Dating back to last season, Atlanta is also 44-15 in their last 59 home games and 16-8 in their last 24 games against the NL West. I will take the Braves to bounce back. Our team pick is Atlanta Braves. While I think Atlanta will win the game due to their star players having great numbers against Lugo, I still believe we'll be in for a lower scoring affair. Lugo was tremendous in his season debut, going 7.0 innings and allowing just 1 earned run to the Rockies. Should he perform anywhere near that level, San Diego will be able to avoid using their bullpen, which ranks 23rd in ERA, 4.97, and 25th in WHIP, 1.52. On the flip side, Dylan Dodd also shined in his season debut, going 5.0 innings and limiting the Cardinals to 1 earned run. While it's unknown whether he can replicate that performance against a respectable offense like San Diego, he'll have a strong bullpen to lean on if things go south. Atlanta's arm barn is currently 5th in ERA, 2.56, and 6th in WHIP, 1.07. I think we're in for a lower scoring game despite having bottom of the rotation starters. Let's lock in the under. Our total pick is under 9.